Hello YouTube. This is the PG Eragon Dragon Riders Truth and Myths. There's a bad guy king dragon rider, and it's all in his kingdom. The story unfolds. Not his kingdom, but he's the most powerful guy, bad guy in the land. He's gone crazy, and he has created an army of dragons. That's pretty cool. Truth and myths. Okay. He has this kid, a teenager, whatever, Eragon. He grew up in this little village, and he's got a mom. He doesn't know his dad, and he grows. Oh, not his mom. I don't know. I forgot. He's raised by somebody. Maybe his cousin's parents. I don't know. I forgot. So his cousin plans on leaving to join the army, and also there's this storyteller in town. He's about I don't know, 30 years older than this young man, and he tells him stories. Okay, so some stuff happens where there's a egg that got magically or landed in the woods where most of the villagers don't like to go, and they all told Eragon don't go there, but he went there anyway, and he found the egg. Okay, so he takes care of the egg, and I don't know, pretty cool egg, He keeps it secret. He's really poor, this Eragon young man, and he tries to sell it and stuff, but nobody wants any trouble or something. I don't know, I forgot. And then so he just keeps it, and the egg is around him a lot. So the egg starts. The egg's like a thinking creature. Okay, and observes that Eragon is good. So the egg it's like it makes a thing on his hand. It's like permanent, and then so after that the egg hatches, and whatever happens, so it's obviously a dragon. Okay, but Eragon's surprised. He has never, he lives in a small town, he's poor, and now he's with this dragon. So the dragon grows up, and but the bad king dragon rider and his army of it's like a lot of soldiers, some kind of trolls or something. Trolls and other dragons. If you meet a dragon rider, I think it would be tough to win a battle. Okay, with them. So, um, so the so they get out of town and like everything's like burned down or something. I forgot. The king like destroys everything. Yeah, and then the storyteller takes care of them on the journey to somewhere. They're going like to the other side of the land. And the storyteller that lived in the village, yeah, I told you, you guys understand. Okay, he, he, uh, he gives him, I don't know. He teaches them how to ride or something. I don't know. Ride the dragon. And ride a horse. And sword fight. And regular fight. And magic fight. Because apparently this storyteller used to be a dragon rider. Yeah. But his dragon died or whatever. Okay. So the storyteller gives the young man, eragon, the king's sword. So the king used to have a sword, and so the young man gets the king's sword. Very similar to, King Arthur. Also very similar to this thing that I've been watching, called Sahara or something. I don't know. It's a cool little adventure. There's only one season. I don't think they can make another one. Also with the movie, they only had one movie. They didn't make another one. Sahara from MTV. It's a little sci-fi like this. Okay, and then so continuing with the story, he befriends the king's son. Yes, and they do adventures and stuff, and they become really good friends. The king's son. Okay, his name's I forget. It starts on M. Okay, and then what else? Okay, the king's son gets kidnapped by the bad king, and then okay, that was bad. But they continue on their journey. They can't do anything about it. Yeah. The storyteller dies in defending them against some of the because the bad king sent some people or something. I don't know. There's like soldiers everywhere. I don't know. Something happened, and the storyteller defends the young man, and he dies. Okay, so the next part is he meets this girl, and she is an elf. Okay, that's what happens, and he likes her, but he doesn't say anything. So I guess he helps fight with the elves. Oh yeah, there's a rebellion. There's a rebellion group against the bad king. Yeah, but they always lose because the king has dragons. So if eragon joins the rebels, they might have a chance. So, I think the elves are the rebel group. I don't know, something like that. There's a whole mixed match of rebels. Okay. Okay. So, I think so he is in the rebel group. The young man who has a dragon, and he's a dragon rider. So he's gotta learn from the elves how to be a dragon rider, and I guess he has some kind of energy connection with the dragon and ancient languages he has to learn. Oh yeah, the storyteller actually taught him some ancient languages, and it helped him on his journey too. So yeah, but he's got to get a better understanding of that. So the elves teach him. Okay, and then I think he creates like a sword, because the king's sword, he didn't want to use it or something. I don't know. So he created his own sword on his own, because he learned how to do it. Someone taught him, and the sword had a name, and every time he says the name of the sword, which is Brissinger, the sword erupts in flames, which is kind of dangerous, but also powerful, but also dangerous, powerful, and kind of like he wants to use, if he ever wants to use the spell to like flames, it'll light his sword on fire. So he couldn't like flame anything else on, only the sword, and it's like hot. So he's like grabbing onto the sword, so it burns him a little. Okay. So I think somewhere in the story, the cousin that he grew up with and joined the army, he saved some of the people from the town. And also, some story that I might be missing is that the elf girl, he tells the elf girl he likes her, and she does not like him. So that happens. And then so this is the tradition to share that story in I don't know, medieval times, and people like to share it with America. America likes that story, and also Britons, and so the English-speaking languages like this story. Okay, so the tradition is that we hear these stories growing up in school, and I think I'm missing something. So, traditions, myths, and truths. So, obviously, we are promoting strong-minded young people to learn and try to defend against the powers, that oppress. And oh yeah, I think the young man is half brothers with the king's son on the mom's side or something. Okay, that happened. Yep. And so we're talking about like relationships that help you become a better person. Yeah. Like with elves and his dad and the dragon. Also his cousin and the king's son, which is also his half-brother. The elves has a girl. He likes her. Okay. So I guess that's what that's the tradition to teach that to English-speaking young men. And it is true that we need to know this. So yeah. Obviously there's monsters and stuff. Bad king. So that's who the up-and-coming underdog has to fight. Even though the underdog has this young dragon. He becomes a dragon rider, and he's learning how to be a dragon rider with the magic and the spells and stuff. There's actually magicians in the story. So yeah. So some people are powerful that you know, very powerful powers cannot be defeated with physical stuff. I don't know. They don't use physical power to defeat the young man. They use something they've learned, and that can also defeat the young man or his friends. But also the young man can learn that brute strength is he has to learn brute strength, but also learn like some skills to not physical, like I think the truth is you have to learn physical skills and also other abilities to defend. But the good guy defends and the bad guy attacks. So that's what happened there. And I didn't really finish. I'm starting the second to last book, and I didn't finish the last book, so that's convenient because there's no spoilers of the whole story. If you ever research this book series, there's a blue dragon cover, which is the main character's dragon, and then there's like a gold dragon color, which is like it's probably the king's son dragon. I don't know. I forgot. It could be the king's dragon. And then there's like a green dragon. I think there's a green dragon. The green dragon is like this old dragon that teaches the blue dragon, which is Eragon's child, Saphira, how to be a better dragon. So the dragons teach dragons, and the learned elves teach the young man. And actually, something happens where the elves did something like taught him something. What is going on? Wake up. Oh, I am not recording. That's a problem. That means I don't have good audio. Okay. Okay, whatever. So something happens where Eragon like becomes half elf. Okay. I am not recording. I am wasting my time. Okay.